Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hello, everybody. Give me just a second. Did you know that this is a horror game? I'm just getting some things set up. Beep, 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 beep. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a wonderful day. Game capture. Slay the princess. Cool. There we go. This is a horror game. Okay. There are no wrong decisions. Okay. This is a love story, huh? Alright. Let's full screen this bitch. Quick menu. Visible, blinking. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. That's fine, that's fine. Alright. Oops. Come on. Huh. You want to know something really weird? So you know how you guys can see the mouse on OBS, or well, on Twitch? It's completely invisible on my screen. I can't see it. That's neat. Gamepad, please. All right, we'll figure it out. There, new game. Chapter 1: The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods.
Okay, got
At
it.
the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
All right, I'm with you so far.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
All right, got it. Kill her.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Okay.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Who is we?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey. While I appreciate the mental exercise, nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Okay.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's
Okay.
no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
All right, you got me so
Unless,
far.
of course, don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
All right, let's kill her. Let's do it.
You make your way up the short
It's easy.
path to the
No
cabin.
problem.
You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Oh, voice of the
Not
hero.
him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Alright, into the cabin we go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I have a feeling this is going to end horribly.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
But I have to do it.
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over,
Quick stabbing her.
isn't it?
No,
She
keep
stopped
going.
breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? It's over. We should make sure. I really don't think... And why shouldn't we? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess... Yes, exactly.
Okay, bye.
It's with your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where
Damn
a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
I should have stabbed her
What
again.
happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy.
I doubt that.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning
I
of
get it.
eternity. Your reward.
The world can't end. Because
This
eternity.
is what's best for everyone. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right? Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, more happy time passes. Though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is. Not please shake yourself out. The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy.
Woohoo! Alright, boys, that's it. See you later. And we're back. Good job, everybody. We saved the world. All we had to do was kill someone, and then spend eternity in a cabin. Alright, 1 second. What are these controls again? Okay, I didn't like that. Got it. Quick save is left shoulder. It's the only other button I needed. Alright.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything,
Fuck.
slaying a princess is much better
Okay.
than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses... Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't. Are you serious? No, you have to do it. Yes, but you'll have to slay her before...
Uh-huh.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
That's bullshit.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but... It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be.
Okay, well, we already saw that, so whatever.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever. Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path...
Oh, you're a fucking asshole.
The cabin. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well.
See ya,
But
bitch.
fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
And
Oh, would you
cabin.
look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess. There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Bye.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Hooray! I did it. Chapter 2. Well, what do you know?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously.
No,
I am
fuck you.
begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Ignore him. He's just being... Let's keep an eye.
I don't want to go into the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams
Interesting.
are never quite visible enough for the place to make... The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. The blade is your... If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect, and no idea... I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. You can't just say that. And when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose your... Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something
His
weird.
skin with a capital H?
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we'll all wait. Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more. Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Good lord, that is some fucking writing.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
Wow.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a babe. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, and what's that the fate of the world hinges on your success, there'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Alright.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere. You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else, and so you take one careful, focused step after another. One foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Yeah? According to what?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Visible sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
Huh.
What the hell was that? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement.
I didn't expect that, I'm gonna be
Don't
honest.
forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to...
Oops.
I don't have any weapons, and I'm chained to a wall. Do I look like someone that could end the world? Do I look...
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything,
Huh.
starting with you.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she... We can do that?
Oopsie. I didn't mean to do that.
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. Until... It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head,
Unthink them.
if it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
That's not how that
New
works.
plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
What the fuck?
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago. It must be fear creeping into your heart.
You know you can't stop me.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have... I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
Why are these the same option?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Oh.
You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? Oh, I thought they would send something better to deal with me. If the stairs managed to chew you up,
I will devour you.
Princess, you can address me as your Royal Highness. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around? No, I don't need a name.
My name is whatever hushed whispers follow in the wake of my devastation.
Uh-huh.
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. I just
Oh.
want to live my life.
There's
I'm
another
not
one.
going to dance for you. Besides,
You already know what I'm going to do.
It's true.
if you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction. It's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I put it, but I don't disagree. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse. Wait, that's not right. Come on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Okay, that makes sense.
You find the blade
Multiverse.
suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her, leave her to perish alone.
Oh, okay.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world, the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Oh, this is awful. I don't like this. I need a gun.
Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Bye.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? It is. Does that mean the world ended? Again, what the hell are we supposed to do? You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful. Again, what the hell? There's something dreadful about it. No, I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Oh, I hate that. Hello.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Interesting.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walk. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves. How can the world have ended if we are talking? You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. I know only that they are. She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I feel like I upgraded from the most basic version of the story to the most eldritch version. The whiplash is insane.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. Everything, until we meet again. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. If you need time,
Wait
you
forever.
are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be.
Oh, it closed the game. That's cool.
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Holy shit. All right, let's do it.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Damn. Neat.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
I just
And
got
in
an
the basement
achievement.
of that cabin is a princess.
I just got an achievement called "The Real Slay the Princess Starts Here." With the description, you'll know it
You're
when you
here
see
to
it.
slay her. If you don't, that's the spirit.
That's the
You
spirit.
make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning. Before you go, she will lie, she will cheat. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a
I
princess.
think it's funny that
You're
I got that
supposed to
achievement
save
so
the
fucking
princesses, not
fast.
slay them. Ignore
I'm
him.
not sure
He
if
doesn't know
that's
what he's
intentional.
talking about.
But it is pretty incredible.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and the blade is your implement.
Yeah, let's go down to the basement. No knife this
The
time.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light. Her voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
This is different.
Hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You
I think I
walk
get
down
it
the
now.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain
I
around
think
her
I get it
wrist,
now.
binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
They're all different and all the same.
I am
And the
begging you to
princess is
stay
just a
focused.
vessel.
There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains? Okay. Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
this is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating?
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up.
Mm-hmm.
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me. Would everything feel right about you if you were locked away in a hole by yourself for as long as you can remember?
Just how long has she been down here?
So, did they tell you why? They haven't shared a thing, have they? All they've done is point a finger. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one. That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a. I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
You turn your back to the princess.
Sure I
And
can.
make your way back to the stairs.
It's all about
Fine.
perspective.
Turn your back on me, but it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You
Okay,
settle
but
in
where
against
is the
far
blade?
wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't. Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it.
Uh-huh.
Put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
No, it's not.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Ooh, chapter 2, The Nightmare.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, a terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's... Shh! What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather... We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree. Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen. We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess? Or do you want the prince? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
I already did.
Just be quick about it. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world. She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just Get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why? I don't know, I kinda like being special. Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions. I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it, and for what it's worth, I know you have it in. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave. I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation, and if you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding. He isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that we can't trust him. Stop talking yourself in neurotic circles. You see the way he keeps pushing? Great. Now, if you don't mind...
Alright, let's go to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. I don't think lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. It doesn't matter. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out, but if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it. You're right, I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it is. You walk up to the wall next to the empty bed. This really isn't funny. You
And
reach
it's gone.
forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad. Very different.
Yeah.
He changed it, didn't he? It's like he's trying to make us doubt our reality. Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this, so focus up. Oh, we should have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favors.
None of it matters.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended.
Oh, there are
in
eyes.
darkness. More eyes, too. You never mentioned the... The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... Her cruel and playful voice prances...
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force.
Oh, damn.
Why did you do that? What? Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathway. She could be anywhere, and there's... Are you really not going to comment on how weird this... No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to...
You
All
turn
right.
to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of... What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to
Ow.
coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes... What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function? And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please. You sure about that? Are you sure? You have Yes, I'm... Heart. Lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
Liver.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. That isn't my fault. Nerves. It doesn't matter whose fault it is.
Oh,
because
he's still
fighting her
whispering.
Isn't an option right now. Then you should get looking. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. What? No!
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is...
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, Do you think you could just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. Lungs, liver, nerves. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
It'll be fine.
Come along now. You don't want to be stuck down here.
The princess glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you had... Oh, but we don't. We can still grab it on the way out. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the suggestions for the time being. Just... Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerve. You step onto the basement stairs, following the princess as she ascends. Pins and needles punctuate your every step, an uncomfortable and constant reminder of your mortality. Lungs. Is this really... At least it's a choice. That doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible.
Make sure you keep up. We wouldn't want you to fall.
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you. There is nothing there.
Yeah, that checks
The
out.
princess reaches the top of the stairs and taps on the door. Her head twists back in your direction, watching you with dead eyes as the way out creaks open. Don't forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make this right. You can still save everyone. You can still save yourself from becoming her tormented pet. There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us, and I can only do so many things at once to keep... Your body seizes violently as you... No, no, no! You're doing it all wrong. I guess I have to do every part.
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to... Now we can get back to business. For starters...
The princess plucks the blade from the floor and tosses it through the door behind you. It vanishes into the... Guess we're not stabbing her in the back. I guess I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. I'm about to watch you hand the world to her on a silver platter.
And now you open the door.
There's nothing else for us to do.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs. Liver, nerves, heart, lungs. Liver, nerves,
I'm wondering if something will happen if I wait.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs. Liver, nerves, heart, lungs. Liver,
So we're gonna wait for a second just to see.
heart, lungs. Liver, nerves, 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 heart, lungs.
Anything? No? Alright.
The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin.
Lungs,
You bastard.
nerves,
You've actually done it. You've actually doomed everyone.
nerves, heart,
It's so beautiful.
liver,
I can't wait to ruin it.
heart,
But it's so cold, too.
liver,
It's itching against my skin.
lungs, liver, nerves,
Why is it so cold?
liver.
Hey, look!
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find... And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now, it's calling us. And not in a good way. Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. Can we trust you?
Yep. We're back here again. Oh. Interesting. Hello.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same. I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between. Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am. And what I am, I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me. There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons
fair.
to discover. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. This one is filled with sadness, a doll abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
Jesus Christ.
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory. The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts, and the wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Damn.
There's nowhere for you to be but here. My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now. If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time. I will
Alright,
long
let's go
for your
back.
return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
And we're back.
You're on a path. You're here to slay. Of course, I mean... I'm talking... Don't... Look. While never and before Zal, it's not unless... Does it? Oh, if only that were the case. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. Like I said... Are you serious? It's
Okay, so I can't back out anymore.
then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in then each and every... So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
She's a prince. Ignore him.
Alright, back in we go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your
Alright,
You take
we'll
the
take the
blade
knife
from
this
the table.
time.
The door to the base, her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds...
Don't let it fool you.
Oh, are you now?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck here. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the prince.
She's so coldly...
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me. Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just... Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Maybe she really is a monster.
But killing...
No.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you...
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And so, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with... Then I'm not talking to you. I guess we are.
For the love of everything. Or drop the blade.
Yeah, I'm...
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Okay,
You
killer.
charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. With the last bit of your will, you press forward.
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. Do you really think that...
It's like she's convinced she... But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything...
Hey, chapter 2 The Razor. Let's go.
You're on
We're
the
back.
path in the woods. You're here to... I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just...
If he doesn't remember what happened, then...
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Stabbed to death.
And you are...
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she did. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this. Those are two very... Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least you died last time, which we did Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare, in which case I shouldn't be... But congratulations, and I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where... Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to...
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you.
right? She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice.
That's the spirit. Just keep.
You have already committed to my completion.
Ah, okay.
Just be quick about it. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me.
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
Neat.
She just can. But she's still only a princess. You're fully up to the task you've been given. People locked her in. Look.
Oh, of course you're. If anyone's special here, it's.
I've told you everything.
You didn't tell us about.
That's because she's unarmed. And. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world.
Alright.
A warning. She will lie.
It couldn't be more on the money. Are we really doing this, aren't
We know what to look out for this time. Just stay focused.
And the mirror will be there, right? Yep.
The interior of the cabin
Holy
is a jagged mess
shit!
of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall next to the base. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the... But there was a mirror.
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. So focus up. You take the blade from the table.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands.
And down we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below.
That's right, scraping. I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor, her grating voice.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend
Hey,
the
how you
final
doing?
step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right? Last time, if somebody came into my house and tried to kill me and I cut his neck open and then he stabbed me in the heart and we both died looking in each other's eyes, well, surely I would remember that.
Uh-huh.
But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
There you
I
go
like
again,
this
talking
one.
up
She's fun.
delusions about a past life experience that clearly didn't happen.
Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this, aren't you? Listen.
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember. Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not...
What? No! No! I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to...
She certainly feels... Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who is armed?
You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job. But all the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Would I just lie? Would I just lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again? I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Aha! She slipped up there. Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find the key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be—
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before we're clearly still figuring out our angle? Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now?
You have drinks.
You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk, and maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No. I have my dignity. Fine. And will continue to treat you exactly.
It's boring if you leave.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess... How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. At least we're safe here. She still... And those chains stop her from continuing her advance. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her arm. Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess use it you do. But unfortunately for you, and for the entire world, you are hot. You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs. She's even better at this than she was last time. Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
Okay.
And with a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, The Arms Race. I get it.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp. A constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that
Oh man, I love
Who holds
this.
the cards and... The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight. Yeah, but for whom? Someone or something is out there pulling the strings and we're all just puppets until we can figure out how to see them. But what if that someone is us, eh? Eh? If we were the ones pulling the strings, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have died twice. Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction. That can't be right, that's too much. It's only too much responsibility if these worlds are real. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it.
Oh.
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. This feels right.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually. What if winning is the wrong move? It isn't. I don't care whether you trust me or not, but at least trust that defeating the person who has apparently killed you twice already is a good idea. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. There isn't a door, there isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. We can see our reality just fine. Why should we trust his? I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we... You make your way to the door.
Hello, mirror.
Stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about... You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. It was never there. It feels like it's hiding something from us. It's part of the big picture. I just know it. That's why it's being... Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
This game is great.
You step forward,
Oh.
but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the... Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's toying with us. She's acting like thinking about dying makes us as good as dead.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need...
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
What people?
The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas. No, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, let's do it.
Screw it, we've already died twice. What's a third? A third is a third. It's bad. Who cares? Fine. You raise your blade above your head.
Oh, this is new. What are you going to do? Are you really going to stab yourself? Neat.
And then you skewer yourself.
I really like this one. She's fun.
Ow. Are we still here? Can we not actually off ourselves? Boo! Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? Nah, we'd know if we die. You're on it. No, you're in it. Where the hell are you? We're dead, aren't we? We're dead. How long have we been dead? Have we been dead the whole time? Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things, but okay. Whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
As long as we keep moving.
It's going to get so loud in here. How are we going to keep it all straight? Who cares about getting better than her? Let's do something weird.
Come on, show me something new.
None of this is working. Think.
She skewers you.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
We just have to hit her harder.
This is fun.
She skewers you.
I love it.
You'll have to be
Hi,
trickier
Vic.
than that.
What's the point? It's all the same.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You.
Do you see that? We almost had her. That was luck. But we only have to get lucky once. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
She skewers you.
You're cute.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
This is my favorite version of her. I'm having
Okay,
fun.
Let's go again. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We're getting...
Okay, yeah. That was a good... Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. She skewers.
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One.
You're right. One last time, that's all we need. And then everything goes dark. And you die.
Mutually assured destruction.
You're on a... Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here.
Fucking Lamau.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Oh, what if we throw it out the window?
Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
Sure, I can think of a better way to die. Yeah, they're all the same, really.
This is great.
We stopped thinking about horrible ways to die. I don't want us to accidentally manifest any.
The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here?
This isn't good. This is...
How about you stick to describing things?
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with us.
Fine by me.
It's more of a slide. Fine, I'll just shut up then. And are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where...
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you gonna say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
Yeah, me too.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
Really? Okay then.
But if you don't describe it, then it won't
Here
happen.
we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her
interesting.
splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit.
She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
That looked painful.
How? How is she still?
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up.
She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Narrator!
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
It won't matter. Very soon, you won't exist.
You're incredible.
And here come the arms. Ah, you've withered. Interesting. Welcome back to the long quiet. Hello. Yeah, sorry.
Growing chorus of contradiction.
I brought you one that's all swords. My bad.
Ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. As easily as you can stand to be you, you are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? You are what brings me meaning. Know that the pain of your journey will subside in due time, but you still have a ways to go before we are done. This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. If that remains your choice when all is said and done. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and perhaps this will change when our work is done. The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you. The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets.
Okay, but how do you even know what a river is?
My gift to
Riddle me
you
that,
is to let
Batman.
you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me. We will know when I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
And we're back. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to... Don't look. While nevertheless, and because it's unless... Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make... I have to say, I'm surprised you're like I said. Then I guess then eat. So sure.
Alright,
take
we're gonna
the
drop
blade
the
from the
blade this
table.
time.
The door post.
Who's that?
You walk down the stairs. She's so... Focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? How about you drop the knife?
Look how reasonable she's... Don't you dare. It's fine. We can... The blade tumbles out of your trembling...
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, we'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous?
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interest.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free. Fine. What do you want to know?
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure... Well, we can always put that in...
Her sharp eye. She isn't suggesting what she is. I'm sure. She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness.
Note the lack of detail. Again, she offers no specifics. No matter...
Oh? Have you just...
You know... Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic... It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your
Oh, I hate that feeling!
Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed. The shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone. We can still turn this around. You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make... Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the print.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps. her voice an unhealthy rasp.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this—
But you don't have time to worry over such things.
And we're back.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay. A terrible sense of—
If he doesn't remember what...
You know I can hear you, right? That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part. Those are two— Let's say for a moment. We did our best with the information we were given, and yet you still died, didn't you? And I believe your other question was something along the lines of— What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the— Yes, but had you failed to slay the prince— Ugh, enough with the talking. I couldn't agree more. Just be like a— She just— There's sure people. Look. Oh, yeah. I've told— What else would we even need to know? We've— Exactly. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole—
You have already committed.
Alright, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
A warning. She will lie.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like...
Are you sure?
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to force—
Oh, the cabin has stone walls, huh?
The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get.
The blade is your— You walk up to the wall next to the— What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward and rub your hand, but there was—
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get
very different. Maybe that's because you have— So focus up.
Alright, take the blade.
From the altar.
Let's rock and roll.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would— Her fierce voice
Is that another challenger?
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Oh, good. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle.
She's got like horns
to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
And a tail.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Okay, fine. For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember— Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes— Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
It's like Gork and Mork.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
We're just orcs now!
You look exactly the same. Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. Free her? You aren't.
Who says I want to be free? I want the two of us to fight to the death. I want to feel your knife split my flesh. And I want to hear your bones snap beneath my fists. Is that really...
Yeah, especially that last part. Don't be such a coward. I'm just being cautious. If it comes to violence, we can find a way to deal with her that doesn't involve throwing our life away. I'd rather not die again, and I find it deeply disturbing that you seem to relish the thought.
Because it doesn't matter if we die again. It'll just be another opportunity to have the fight of our life.
We don't know that for sure, and I'd rather not bet on it. I'm sorry, did I hear that right?
She doesn't even want to be free.
Exactly. So beyond the apocalyptic moral implications of letting her out, how do we even think that's going to work? I mean, we have a weapon, right? While she's trying to kill you. Yeah. And then what? Do you think maybe? I don't know. No, it's not. Actually, no, you're not. I have a responsibility to the world here, and I'm not just going to let you throw yourself into a scenario where the literal best outcome is the end of... Until you come up with any...
What do you think you're doing? You can't just order our body around like it's some sort of...
Watch me. Your left arm lifts towards the ceiling, and your hand twists into an obscene gesture. See?
Wow!
So what?
You barely...
What are you doing? What is that?
The princess, taken aback, flashes her own root gesture in return.
Hey, you, decision maker. I want us to fight her as much as he wants us to kill her.
You know what? Fine. Blade in hand, you charge forward to try and free the princess from her bindings.
Finally. I have no idea what you were just doing.
Slash across her wrist, her elbow comes crashing down on your skull. An unsettling crack echoes in your ears. It's a devastating blow. Your body crumples to the floor, limbs suddenly refusing to respond. This might be it.
That's it, huh? You've gotten really soft.
Everything goes dark. Really? In just... Yes.
Oh, come on, that's hardly fair. We're not dead. You're just flipping the table over.
It is what it is. You're dead. Finished. Over.
All right, fine. This whole thing's a frustrating mess anyways. We're better off with a fresh start. I'll see you two next time.
This game is great. I love it.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damn focused on freeing her, we wouldn't have... You're strong, but you're bullheaded. This isn't a fight. It's a puzzle. She's stronger than us, but we can use that.
Aren't all fights just puzzles?
I hate puzzles. Yeah, of course you do.
I've never done a puzzle myself, but anything that doesn't get us beaten to death is good.
Same thing as last time, only we'll be smarter about it. We're getting her out of there.
Are you insane? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If she gets out of here, that's it. Game over for everyone. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you no... Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met.
Enlighten me then.
I have no memory of meeting you, but you've clearly seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. You'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here.
Mm-hmm. So where does...
It leaves us exactly where we started, and where I'm sure you've already been before. The princess, left unhindered, will bring about the end of the world. You have to put a stop to her. The only way to do that is to slay her.
But we didn't stop her last time. We died. Yet here we are in a world unended, a different world unended, to be sure. What the hell are you going on about? Even if he isn't lying, reality clearly continues to be real. So I want to see what happens when she leaves. I think we all need to see the truth.
You absolutely do not need to see that. I've already told you the truth, and the only thing to see after she leaves is the end of everything. It's not worth it.
Screw it. I'm sick of this smug asshole telling us what to do. If you need help busting her out of there, I'm your man. Welcome aboard.
I really like Stubborn and Skeptic. They're great.
Well, at least you'll be able to get the fight you wanted.
The rest of you had better keep those two in check. They're far along the edge of a dangerous... It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks.
But do we know it's her? For all we know, he's in control, pulling the strings to make us too afraid.
For all we know, it could be us making the changes.
Exactly. And at least as things are now, there's no way for us to know. But the world is clearly not as it seems.
If you question reality itself, there's not much I can offer in the way of persuasion, but do consider that it probably isn't helpful for anyone to doubt the ground they stand on.
It's up to you in the end, isn't it? It'd be best if you bought in, but there's not a whole lot we can do to stop you if you...
These are just powerless thoughts and opinions. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament.
No last advice for us?
From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind.
I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. There'll be time for that later. For now...
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
But there's nowhere to go in here. This is just a hallway with a mirror at the end of it.
A mirror? But there isn't a mirror here. There's the iron altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. Does he really not see it?
Or maybe what we see as a mirror, he sees as a door.
It is a door. And before you ask, no, it's not a mirror-shaped door. The object at the end of this room is both...
Who cares what it is? It's in our way. Take it.
You take the blade from the altar.
Good. Wouldn't want to be pushed around without a way to push back. And she likes when...
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it.
This really is just like last time. Can you really not see the mirror? Or is pretending it doesn't exist?
There isn't a mirror.
Is it a rule to say that there isn't a mirror when there's clearly one right there? Because if I'm inclined to agree, but we don't know how things work here, do we?
Just smash it up. You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement.
Ah,
It swings
interesting.
open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead.
1 second, sorry.
Why am I not surprised? It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. Up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarter. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient.
Do you have more fight in you than last time?
She hasn't changed as much as she did the time before. She still wants a fight, which means we still know her. We can use that to our advantage.
That's not how this works.
Don't worry about the chain. Yeah. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, we best remember how to get back up. The last thing we want is to be stuck between a wall and a raging devil. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh. Break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
Yes, Mommy.
If we're trying to break her out, I doubt she'll come willingly. We'll have to use ourselves as bait. I really don't like the sound of this. It's the only way to get us both out. We need to see what happens. You know what? I should have tried to intervene earlier because I can't. Tough shit. We're the ones in control here. It's not the... Yeah, doesn't feel nice to be yanked around against your will, does it?
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, so go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting. This again? What does free even mean? Here, why do you act like you know me better than I know? I had what I wanted. I had something perfect and it ended. And now that it's gone, it's more than teasing. It's cruel. I know what I want. And I'm sick of waiting.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap. Okay, she's taken the bait. Now let's get out of here. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel as you near the top.
God!
Hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you...
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
We're planning on it. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel. The cabin door finds...
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you?
You continue to the door. It'd be a real shame if it were stuck. Don't. Locks are nothing. Just no. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You bastard. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. So, this is what the end looks like.
What is this place? Where are we? This doesn't feel right. It's cold. Why is it so cold?
And
I
here
feel
come the
so
arms.
tired.
Bye!
She's gone. Where? There's that mirror. What is that supposed to mean?
What? Screw that! This can't. No, that can't.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there? We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist. There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a fierce heart. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for. If I did, no, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the... 1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want... You've already tried waiting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
The
It's not
next
gonna
time I
work.
see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here.
And we're back. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path. You're here. You make your... We're not... Ignore him. The interior... The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Hello?
Yes, don't...
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes. She's beautiful. I am begging you to...
Hi.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a... No. You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. They're large and heavy. Far too solid for you.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They would have just...
Okay. I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the... Is someone else... You try the door. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates.
Oh my
before
God!
raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made, or you won't like. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the rag you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack. Her limb falls to the ground. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered.
Thank you.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. As the princess approaches the bottom... Wait, this isn't fair. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance,
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
she plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no!
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done.
For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Yeah, I've already done that a dozen
Whatever.
times.
She sinks the
Well,
blade into
dozens
your
of
chest
times. It's
again
fine. Don't worry about it.
Again and again, and you feel it.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry!
She doesn't know how to use a knife. Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound. It won't.
I'm so sorry!
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you. It can't just end like this.
Oh, that's rich coming from you.
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice.
Everything goes dark. And you die.
And welcome back. Ba-na-na,
You're on the
ba-na-na.
path. You're here to... A terrible sense.
If he doesn't remember what happened...
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
Oh, it's
We're
the
going to
smitten.
save our beloved.
Hey, buddy.
We'll
It's
have
good to
be
see you
sneaky
again.
About it. Our beloved. Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. What can I say? A world without. We could go back and. Those are two. Let's say for a moment, if you're back here. You were the one who did. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take it. Anyway, I believe your second question was. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess. Yes, but in this purely. If it's the latter, do you think the people. She would never. She's a perfect. Convoluted. I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone. Just be. She just can. Maybe it's her. Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down. Look, oh, of course. Calling us special isn't. Oh, believe me. Great.
Alright, let's move on. Let's go!
A warning, she will lie. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your. I think we've already been over this. I do.
but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Don't pay their bickering any mind.
I wonder how different it's gonna be.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture
It's
of
very
note is
much a
an
damsel in
ornate
distress.
table with a the blade is your...
Is it? I can't say I was...
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here, so focus...
Gotta
Walk
approach
up
the
to wall next-
mirror.
What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your hand against...
But there was a... And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
You take the blade from the table.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we...
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and there's no use arguing over motivation.
Down we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement.
If the princess lives here...
A soft voice.
Hello?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful
Oh my God.
than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Cringe.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the...
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her... You
Hello.
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a head...
My love!
You know she can't hear.
She may not be able to hear my word.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dash.
Did you hear that?
And she called us... Flattery really goes a long way with waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence.
That's right, villain. Well, only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters...
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we wanted... We never saw a world end. And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic...
Are you listening to him? He's lost it.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want...
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body.
That's... She made the best decision for her. Don't be so...
I'm okay with whatever you come up with.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists. And indeed, we...
What? No, she's a prisoner here. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said
She didn't care last time. Why should she...
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not...
You died, and now we're talking. I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the...
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She was...
Are you listening to her?
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess.
Not so sure.
If another version of me was pushed to such...
That's okay. You were just doing your best.
She took that in stride.
That's because she's...
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what? She doesn't. There's no one else.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I'm gonna kill her.
Blade in hand.
Wait, no, you
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and press on. The princess's your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry, not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
Oh God. Why does that hurt more?
That she's dead, and the world is saved.
I got an achievement called Lady Killer.
It must have been difficult.
Sick. You took part in the murder of the fairest...
You'll get over it. You just...
Get over it.
You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as...
You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me?
No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves... Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This... Exactly. You're not... All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself. I don't believe... What? What don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and you can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. That's right. You're all...
Everything goes dark.
And we're back. The Grey.
You're on a path.
You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we...
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead.
You killed her, and so I killed you.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here.
Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there.
I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are.
So you've been here before?
Damn.
Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
It's our third.
Your open discussions.
Okay. So the narrator is 100% aware of all of the resets.
Couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second.
He doesn't
I'm
remember
anxiously
them,
worrying
but
about
he's aware
her.
of them.
Take us to the cabin and take us there.
And if it is permanent?
Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo.
Don't provoke him. I'd prefer if we didn't die again. Why not? You've already done it twice.
It was unpleasant.
It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant.
He makes a good point.
Feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And my...
Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try.
Can I? Well, I'm not just going to try.
I'm looking
Good. I am... Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you. If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that I... Wait. But if her influence is spreading, that means... Yes, I already...
Don't mind him.
I'm doing better than any of you. I'm doing great. She's alive.
Cringe.
But if things restarted, who said they restarted?
I shan't listen to the vile mutterings of you, sir. She'll find a way again. We don't know that. She could have done all sorts of things.
Turn around and leave. Go to the cabin. I'm fine with you.
Oh, it's clear, you murderer.
I'm sure his outburst last time was just a fluke. I wouldn't worry about it.
Spoken. Enough bickering. I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. Oh, we'll muck it up all right. We'll get her.
Whatever you do, don't let him in. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it?
But you're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off.
It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens.
Are you even alive? What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion?
I don't know. I just exist.
This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Alright. In we
The
go.
interior of the cabin feels dry and brittle.
There's a
Ancient
ghost.
dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified
And no
ribs.
knife.
Each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an... But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. Is that... her?
Our beloved. She doesn't look very alive to me.
Before you can make a move, the figure is gone.
vanishing.
The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. It's just that damn...
Ah, yes, the mirror. So we can see...
The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the bed. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade.
Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it. Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done.
So I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you...
As if something as flimsy as a missing door would stop us on our sacred quest.
You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking... It's still so hazy.
Yes. Trying to touch it does seem to be the magic spell to get... It's time for all of you to...
Reach
And
forward
it's gone.
and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little... So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things.
I see. We are too hideous.
Oh my God.
For the mirror to behold. We can only hope she...
No way left to go but down. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an antique staircase.
Aw, she's
lit by a
depressed.
weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized. Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago. Their a wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs. There she is again.
My love.
Cringe.
She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner. You receive no response.
Do you think she's upset with us? Don't like being here unarmed after what... Of course she's livid.
You aren't. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor. Her wrist still bound to the wall. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the sea. She's dead.
No. What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago.
Whatever we saw was a ghost. Thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before?
Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest.
Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table.
Death neutral.
We make amends. She obviously...
But she hasn't said anything.
You came back. I missed you.
That and...
You sure snapped back to your old self quick.
Yes, seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces.
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of desiccation.
She's trying to kill us. A misplaced escalation of her passion.
Because I wanted to be with you. I don't want you to leave.
See? Everything's fine.
Yeah, in a bad way.
She just has a unique way of expressing things.
The fire grows quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls, and we've never burned to death before.
wonder how it's going to feel.
Bad. I bet it'll feel really. Yes, it will be terrible. So you'd better come up with something to do and fun.
I think a bit of fiery passion is good.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
But Oblivion's a good game.
I'm not mad at you. You gave me so much to think about.
She's old in a grudge. She wouldn't. The heat grows in intensity as the flames draw ever nearer. You can practically feel your skin sizzling.
I wonder if we look good right now. Fire makes a lot of things.
I don't want to burn to death.
You just think you don't. Sometimes someone else makes decisions for you. And those decisions are for the
The flames lick at your form, stripping layers of you away, causing your skin to blister and pop and crisp. As you burn, the princess glides to your side, her ghostly form blackening as she too succumbs.
But at least we're together.
We're going to die.
I'd savor this feeling if I were you. Soon enough, we won't have nerves.
And we'll get to die with her. After what you made,
She clutches you close to her chest, her eyes bright.
Why was that so loud?
Manic affection, watching as the flames take you away. The pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away. But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything.
See? That wasn't so bad.
It was so bad.
But somehow, nothing is so much worse.
You'll get used to it. There are still the feelings of...
Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually, you want them to stop too. You'll make them stop.
The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in a...
it's very romantic, really. We got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
And here come the hands. Alright, what do we get this time?
She's gone. And there's that mirror again.
But if it... yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see.
You don't need to come. Okay, she'll... whatever...
Nothing.
I think you know what I am.
Oh, hello.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore. Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim, I'm sure you... It doesn't hurt.
I'm not a part of you. From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing you. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of... Except for me. I can tell...
Uh-huh.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save every... Yes, you will. Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind. When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now. Besides, anything is better. So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Whoa, okay. Oh. Hello. Jesus fucking Christ.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of... Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us. Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict. If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to make me, then so be it. I kill you. You kill me. Back and forth we go. Faster and faster and faster. Hollow eyes watch from the dry corners of a memory. A home built on all the futures that were supposed to be. Preserved until the moment of reunion. The fire of the heart sets it all ablaze. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life. And without me, all that's left to do. Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
I crush you. I bleed you. I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings back. You run and you run far, and the flesh I hurl at you is answered by the empty air of a place I'd never been. Cold and lonely. I didn't know what to make of my freedom then, but I know what to make of it now. You challenged me, and by challenging me, you gave me purpose. A life without obstacles is no life at all.
You cling to your notion of pain as suffering. There is beauty and ugliness, and love.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you.
Ooh, buddy.
You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once. You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives. And you...
Oh, it's this one.
It pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known. But losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown, and through that, you feared nothing.
I could ask you the same. There is only room for one of us to be blind here, and I know it to be you. We are each other's mirrors, and are we not divine? Nothing is immutable.
Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. Open your eyes and accept. What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh shit!
I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later.
Oh my god. The voices are my perspectives.
She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Then let's go.
God damn.
And here we are.
We're here.
I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things? That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place.
And we're back. Hi, Dreamy. I think we're almost done, so don't redeem anything else. But I will stretch.
Oh, you made it here too?
Hello. This game is really good.
We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see this through. Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really a cabin, is it? It's that terrifying blend of everything. Only it doesn't feel so terrifying anymore.
We're back here again.
It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just different in places. There's still walls, a door to the basement, a table, that knife. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really included the windows in his cabin. I always thought they were implied. He never mentioned the mirror either, but that didn't mean he implied it was there. It's gone though. I think it did. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things... Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Really goes to show how much you've grown up. Killing somebody across every iteration of reality just by existing. I don't even know
Hi,
what
Vic.
I would
I am
do
well.
if I were in the driver's seat with that kind of power.
I hope you are also well.
Me too. He was a lot of fun. Really easy to mess with. Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
I'm sorry to hear that, Big. I hope things get better.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more things. So, you're not gonna suggest... No, we've been through too much for that. And he's gone, so there's no one left to mess with but ourselves. You've gotten serious. Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if I suggest that twice, especially since you never took me up on it last time. There's the guy I know. You actually did it! I know I just told you not to, but I'm proud. Yeah, just like that it's gone, isn't it? Blade tossed, glass shattered. Hey! You're right. Good work. That Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice? Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. We don't know what you want from us. But let's talk. All of us. Maybe we can help you find your way.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together. And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
So you didn't bring the knife. After all the lives we've lived together, and all the lives we haven't, you somehow found a way to move outside of the script. Are we missing a page?
Is it unfair if it's...
Was it not? We found you at the end of all things, and you found us. Is that not fair? Would this moment be what it is without the pain that built to it? We know we must sound like her, but it's how we feel. Everything that happened to us seems so important now. We walked a long and winding path together, and we've cherished every...
Besides, I don't...
It's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of her, but we weren't very good at it. I don't think a conversation with us then would have been very insightful. That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means a lot.
We don't know. We've seen through so many eyes, but all of them have been hers. We like you as you are. We like us as we are. Maybe we would have liked her version of us too, turning the wheel of a cosmic cycle together. But that's not the choice you made, even though she did everything in her power to convince you. It took courage for you to make your way down here, away from the paths others would have had you walk. We find that courage beautiful.
But that's the worst part of us. I think that's the point. There is no...
It's so tempting to speak as she would, to simply state that we're all of them, but there were also something new. We don't know if you'll find that answer. Perhaps you'd rather hear that we're the first version of her that you've met, but that we've been shaped by the experiences of all of the others.
Okay.
Yes. That feels right to us.
It's her. It wouldn't make sense if she was anyone else.
It is, for all of us. We've seen so many threads of stories told between us, but this moment is unexpected. Even when we've seen it all, you still managed to surprise us. We're just a stranger. But that doesn't mean we have to be distant from you. It just means that we'll always be able to find new things to discover in each other.
That's sweet. But it's also a little sad. I think it's only sad if we want it to be sad.
Yes, we think. We're kind of like a shadow. Out there, every part of us is blended together into one huge idea. A big wave of unyielding change crashing
Okay, yeah, that
against
makes
the
sense.
world. But in here, we're fractured. Small. Still a little more separate than we'd like to be. Our instincts still trying to pull us in different directions.
That's kind of like us, isn't it? Yeah. We really are the same. Hard agree. Seems...
But that's what you've always been. Even now. You can't put aside so...
He'd hate that. So you should do it. Even if he isn't here anymore, it's the spirit of the thing.
Leave? But what would happen if we left with you? Would we exist inside ourselves? Are you sure you want to find out if that's possible or what that would mean for you? Is that what you want? After so many iterations, so many different versions of us clashing and coming together and clashing again, leaving with you feels like all we ever really wanted.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you. Yeah, I think we've done our job. We're not alone, and I'm sure we'll find the others.
We can feel the threads of all the stories we've told together, all pulling us back down the stairs and into those chains where we know the outcome of everything that could ever come to pass. It's comfortable there, but it's confining. We want more. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door. Something new that we'll experience together, with someone who exists outside of us. With someone who can see us in a way we can never see ourselves. And that is why we're here. We can't wait to see it with you.
This game is really fucking good. Holy shit. I really enjoyed that. Dreamy, I'm gonna be honest, I really don't want to play GTA Online. It's a huge money and time sink. I don't want to play it for the same reason why I don't want to play Destiny 2. Because I don't like it. Even though I've put dozens of hours into both games, I don't want to ever play them again. I'm sorry if that makes you upset, but like, I just... There are a lot of games I don't want to play that I will play just to spend time with you. But like, anything like that, where I know it's going to take up a ton of my time and I don't want to play it is just a bit too much, if that makes sense. I understand, and that's okay. We'll still have time to spend together, right? Do you mind? I'm trying to have a conversation here. Like, chill out, okay? I'm talking to Dreamy. Relax. Alright. We're gonna call it here, because it's 10:40, and I need to go to bed. Thanks for coming out, everybody. I love you all. Dreamy, I love you most. This game is really fucking good. I enjoyed every minute of it. It's true, I am an old man. I don't have anybody to raid into. Well, I don't have anybody I know to raid into, but we can raid into Chiari. Chiari? They're currently playing FF14. Assuming it will let us. Yep. Okay, cool. They're playing FF14 for the first time. And they're currently in Stormblood. So. But Dreamy, I already hit the button. I can cancel it. Yeah, I'll cancel it. Send me the link. It was Masty. Masty. Are they currently doing art? I don't know about that, Dreamy. I already love you. Okay, there we go. Alright. Have a good night, everybody. Go say hi to Masty. Be nice. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.